Some people are NPCs, but not in the way that you think. Sometimes even we are the NPCs. Now, I've heard some people talk about NPCs where they're completely soulless, like they've gone to a town and they think that the town, the whole area for the most part, except for the tourists, are NPCs. That's not what I'm talking about. A channeler from the 60s and 70s, her name was Jane Roberts, channeled an entity called Seth. Seth at one point told Jane about her father and that her father, his more vibrant, soul filled self, is in a dimension where he did not get married and he did not have kids. He lives more fully in a dimension where he chose his inspiration of inventing. So, in this definition of NPCs, I suppose you'd have to have the belief or the potential belief, open mind to the idea that there are multiple dimensions, like infinite dimensions. Now, if you're in the realm of manifesting or law of attraction or shifting into your highest timeline, if you've heard those sort of terms, then a lot of this might just make more sense to you. But in this framework of thinking, there are endless amounts of dimensions. It's infinite. There's every possible version of you and life choice that you made. I think we move into dimensions where the people in our lives maybe have less of their true authentic self in that reality. In this belief system, there are endless amounts of dimensions and versions of ourselves. And when we're able to manifest or do law of attraction or shift into a timeline that is more of what we want and what we aspire to, that is what I'm talking about with NPCs. There's a version of us in a dimension that we are acting on autopilot. And I think we can slip in and out of that within our own current reality. Take, for example, when you're driving and suddenly you're at where you were supposed to be going without really recognizing or clocking the journey there. Or what I used to do is whenever I would sort of zone out, I would automatically start driving either towards work or towards home. And I just made a lot of a lot of wrong turns when I did that. And that sort of zoning out and behaving from or working in autopilot, that is what I imagine myself as an NPC doing in other areas of life when I'm hanging out with friends or performing a very habitual task, or yeah, when I'm just not very present with the people that I'm around. I think that they're getting a version of me that's like autopilot, that's programmed, not the true, authentic, present version of myself. If you don't know what an NPC is, it's an acronym for non-player character within the video game world. So if you're playing an immersive game and you come across a merchant that plays a role in telling you how to get to the next task or what you need to do to level up or beat a creature or whatever it is that you need to do on your journey, those are considered NPCs because they're non-player characters within the video game. Now, in my life, the way that I like to think about this is when I make decisions. Am I making decisions from a scripted or a programmed way of being? Did I really put thought into it? Did I really simmer on the potential outcomes or what inspires me and really makes me feel? If you're making a life choice or deciding on what you're going to do for the day, sometimes it's worth at least asking where this decision is coming from. Is it a program decision, or is it a decision that will really move me towards something that is more fulfilling or exciting? I've lived a lot of my life on autopilot. Sometimes I don't have the energy, whether I'm in a depression or I'm just really tired because, my work life or certain pieces of my life are so demanding that I have less energy for the things that really inspire me. But sometimes I have the energy and I just choose not to do it because I'm used to not doing stuff. I've gotten in a rut, I've gotten in a habit. And when I ask myself that question, as I'm doing more and more lately, it's at least worth knowing where the decision is coming from. Is it coming from a place of inspiration? Is it coming from a place of tired or tending to my body and resting in a way that I need to? Is it coming from a place of programming where this is just what I do when that happens, or this is just what I do every single day. Anyhow, I do aim to be more present as much as possible, but I understand that there's times when I'm just tired, and resting is recovery and necessary. It's okay to just zone out sometimes. Anyhow, as I move forward and I start asking myself this question more and more, where the decisions are coming, it's nice to be able to make a decision intentionally, knowing where the decision is coming from, knowing where my energy is at. And I feel like it really starts to chip away at that, at getting out of the rut. So as I move forward and start making decisions from a more intentional place, it starts to really decrease the amount of time that I'm behaving as an NPC or in an automatic way, and increase, excuse me, increase the amount of time that I'm doing things in a really intentional and present way. Anyhow, I hope you found this interesting. I was talking with my partner recently and had sort of come up with this theory. Right after we had that conversation, I came across a video or a short where somebody was saying the very same things, this very same theory, whereas I had never heard it prior to that. So I suspect my phone is listening to me. Anyway, sending love, and I hope that you're able to start operating from a more present and intentional space, if that is something that you aim to do, and move into the dimension where we're just having a great time.